Hey guys, Luke here and welcome back to Season 3, Episode 13 of my West Tigers Rugby League Live 3 Career Mode. Now, you might be wondering why this is a short episode. Well, this explains that. Look on your screen currently, you see round 17, there is a bye, and there is the West Tigers, as well as the Dragons, which are our opponents for this game, so both sides should be quite fresh. Also, in terms of team news and that sort of stuff, I don't think he's back this game or anything, but it does help us in terms of the Alex Glenn injury because he was out for about 30-something days, I think, 30 to 40 days, something like that. And obviously that week off helps big time with, things like suspensions. Obviously doesn't do anything. But yeah, I thought I should mention that. In terms of the Dragon side, I think it actually looks quite poor, to be honest with you, compared to previous seasons. Obviously the halves are quite weak. Hutchison, and I don't even know who the 5'8" is. So looking to take advantage of it. Obviously, they won the comp last year, and that's what happens when you win the comp. You lose key players, especially like halves sort of players, the important players. They're going to be trying to get huge wages and that sort of stuff, and I think they've paid a price for it. Maybe it's a good thing we didn't quite win the premiership, although usually teams who come second sort of face a similar thing. Kitty Glyman, a former Dragons, might have been regretting moving to the Tigers after last season, but won't be regretting it right now as he races away and scores a runaway try there. Good stuff there by your Kitty Glyman. So I'm very happy to score that try. You can see there Curtis Heron still out of the side. So Mitchell Moses is, he still has the goal kicking duties, and he kicks the goal obviously from in front. Pretty simple stuff there. And we're taking advantage, well, not taking advantage, but just going with the wet weather. We're trying to take, play the right sort of football, which is just grinding out a victory, not throw the ball around too much, and it is working out quite well. Now, previous games, the Manly one comes to mind first up. We were trying to throw the ball around. It wasn't working out very well. Although we did win the games, we didn't particularly play very well. Now, Dragons looking like they were going to score there, but unfortunately for them, they end up throwing a pass. Probably didn't, not pass, throwing a palm, throwing a hand out for a palm, which they probably didn't need to do. They probably should have just pinned the ends back, but they didn't do that. And also, I should mention, there was a penalty goal, so we do have an 8-point lead, and I think they're going to score right here. Well, they already have scored. Dan Sargentson, I believe, actually is from the Super League. Now, I probably say this every time he plays, because he always seems to score against us, but I always say, oh, Dan Sargentson, I think he's from the Super League, and I think every time people say, yeah, he's from the Super League, so I'm just going to assume he's from the Super League. Now, they try to do a little bit of a counter-attack right there. They end up getting the ball, very similar to ourselves right here, to get the ball to Tedesco. It was Kevin Aguama who got it that time, but yeah, basically, we just tried to throw the ball around a little bit there, and it wasn't really working out, and we got to try and stop that. We sort of fell into the trap of, having a lead, and yeah, we got to try and stop that. Now, one thing I should mention is Tim Simona out suspended last episode, obviously the high tackle. So we have Kevin Aguama in the centres this game. That's why Kitty Glyman was in the side. Might have been thinking why Kitty Glyman was playing when he went and scored that try, and what a try it was, but usually he's not there. Usually that would have been Kevin Aguama. Yeah, and he's in the centres for this game, and he's actually played quite well there. You can see he was involved in that tackle, driving the player back there. Now, straight after that, they did make a bit of a break, or a half break, I should say. I didn't show it, but it was a pretty competitive game. You see right there, Dragons sort of trying to force the issue a little bit, sort of falling into the trap that we were sort of falling into a little bit, and I suppose, they have an excuse because they're trying to chase points. They're trying to chase points bad, and especially against a side like us who haven't lost this season. You just got to do what you got to do, but it didn't work out for them. It was a costly turnover as well, because we ended up scoring. Cameron King, he's a former Dragon too, so might be bittersweet for Dragons fans. See him actually doing really well, because he left them due to injuries, and I think in real life, he got injured even more at the Cowboys. But this another costly error. This time it's from us, because we end up giving them great field position, and they get the ball straight out to Big Daniel Vito, the meter eater out in the wing there, and he ends up scoring a try. The spectacular put down that they go for every single time. He went for that one, not that it was needed, and Josh Dugan kicked the goal, so back to a 2-point ball game, and it's getting a bit nervy for us, to be honest, but there we go. That's what we needed. They're making great meters there. I think we might have even suffered from that kickoff glitch, possibly. There's a great chance of that. And there you can see, we end up surviving that game, and we will pick up the victory. So I was happy to get away with that one, because that definitely was not one of our better performances. And you can see even the Dragons, they're 5'8", the guy who I couldn't even think of his name. I don't even know if he's a real player. Will Parcell, something like that. He ended up picking up man of the match. So it just say that the Dragons did perform pretty decently, and it was a pretty even game. But yeah, you can see round 18, there's all the other results, and due to the bye the first game, there is no other second game for you to see. So we're right on top with the Dragons and the Rabbitohs and that sort of stuff. So yeah, Dragons are going quite well still, although I think their side isn't quite as good as last year, but you know what, they had a pretty good performance just then. Anyways, that's where the video is going to end. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter at Mr. Luke and YT, Facebook page in the description below, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye guys.